Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Y'all know what day it is. Monday night.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Time for this reality chit chat. And those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Listen, thank y'all for being in here. And thank you to all of our new subscribers.
Yes.
We at that 7, trying to get that 10.
Listen, 99 and a half won't do. We're trying to get that 10.
Okay, yes.
Listen, you all, thank you all so very much for being here. Everybody who's joined us and everybody who will be joining us. Let's talk about these housewives, not talk bad about them, but have a discussion about this latest. See, listen, this latest episode was really hard to watch.
Very.
It was hard to watch. But before we get into that, we're going to say hello to the team, starting off with Light of the Leo over there looking cute. Hey, girl, hey.
Hello. It is Monday and I'm awake.
I mean, you just ought to be. You done had a whole week off. Good God.
Well, let me tell you something. That's a shock to the system when I had a whole good week of enjoying myself and chilling incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden I had to go to work. So
Oh, wow. But you know what? We're so glad that you're here with us.
Yes.
And I do appreciate it because I tell y'all, if it wasn't for these bills, ooh-wee.
We need to get us a sugar daddy like Marlo.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
But I don't want one that I got to use a chairlift.
You know what? Stop. I cannot, Latoya. But how you doing anyway, Latoya, since you're talking about this chairlift now? Y'all leave the chairlifts alone because...
I'm sorry. I'm doing great. I got my official offer letter today.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I just want to, I don't know if y'all saw it in my comments, but, you know, the next panelist up, that's my booski. Y'all can look, but don't look too hard because it might be some problems.
Now, see here. Now let me do the introduction of Jonathan because I am first boo. Don't be trying to take my introduction and my first role. Don't do that.
I guess.
Jonathan, you see we got a lot of people on here that love you. How are you doing today, Jonathan?
I'm doing wonderful. I love how Latoya is just trying to scoot you to the side so she can move right on there. And child,
You know, I was trying to cement my place on this panel this evening because, you know, me and my sister, we've been doing good all weekend, but I don't know.
Listen, I'm just going to sing a little church hymn before we get started. I'm going to sing a little church hymn before we get started.
Okay.
I shall not be moved.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
No, you did not slap me with the hymn of the Lord.
Yes.
First
That's
position.
that's the real sword. That's the real sword right there. That's the
I can't
real
even
sword.
say nothing. I can't say nothing.
You know, my name is Bennett and I promise you I'm not in any of it. No, thank you.
You guys, I'm loving this conversation. You know, it's all love over here on the channel. Listen, we also want to say hello to you who are in the chats because you too are a super co-host. Thank you so much, Erin, for being here. She's saying hello to everyone and telling everyone to please click like, click subscribe, click share. She's also reminding all of you about all of the co-panels channels that you can follow, subscribe, and share as well. Thank you so very much for being here. Latoya is also saying hello because she's a multitasker. She can be on screen and in the comments also. She is multitasking. Yes. And she's saying, hello, beautiful sissy poo, Erin. And I love it. And Erin says, hey, Latoya, Washington, sweetie pie, honey bun. Oh, I love it.
It's the hate. I thought it was a hate. I thought it was a little piece of haterization in your voice.
It would not be. It would not be.
Okay. All
It would
right.
not. Latoya said, y'all just wait for my booski to come through, but don't stare too long. Yes, because Jonathan, we are loving the hair. Listen, listen, Aaron loves it too.
Aaron,
Thank you.
not Aaron. JoJo, you make sure you keep that ponytail just like that for our date on Friday, okay?
Oh, absolutely. It's going to stay in for at least 3 weeks.
And look, don't even oil your scalp. I got you. I'm gonna do it when I get there.
Oh, okay. Because I got the oil on standby always.
Yes, you got to be moisturized.
All times.
Listen,
Regina, you all right?
I am, but I'm going to drop this link in case somebody else want to come up here and take Latoya's spot. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh no!
Oh, you put out the family.
That
You can say
I got put out the family.
You can say on panel, but I am going to drop this link. If any one of you would like to join us and have this wonderful chat, the link is dropped. I'll go ahead and paste that on our YouTube page. Let's get started with this wonderful conversation. All right, you guys, we're going to start off with the ladies' looks for the reunion. Look at the ladies' look for the reunion. And Jonathan, you are our fashionista person on here. You are so good when it comes to describing these outfits. I'm going to take a back seat because that's not my lane. I'm going to go ahead and let you and Light of the Leo and Latoya have this. I'm going to start with you, Jonathan. Then I'm going to come on over there to Light of the Leo and down to Latoya. Tell us your thoughts on these looks of these lovely ladies, Jonathan.
Absolutely. I'll go from the left to the right. Candy clearly did not understand the assignment. That dress looks like it's gold or some type of silver, but it's definitely not the turquoise blue that everyone else is wearing. So I don't know what the misrepresentation. She's acting like Latasha at the Soul Train Music Awards, wearing the different
Exactly
color
what
than
I
everybody else.
Exactly what I said, Latasha.
Right, exactly. Kenya is my best dressed. I love this gown. I love the feathers. I love the applique. I love that the girls are sitting up. I love her hair. I love everything about Kenya's look. I will have to give second best dress to Drew. I do love the dress. I understand that it's a whole lot to it. I understand that there's a lot of train to it, but I think it looks beautiful, and I think she wears it well. I think her thickness really fills the dress out. I think it looks really good. Sheree looks decent. There's nothing wow about this dress. Her hair, of course, looks great, but it's not giving me much. Marlo, I'm surprised the dress is not more form-fitting. Marlo tends to wear things pretty tight, so the fact that this is kind of just flowing off of her, it's different, and I have to kind of get used to it. But I do like the feathers on it, not as much as I like Kenya's feathers, but they're cute. And Sonia, newly pregnant. It was so sad to hear about her miscarriage, but I'm so glad that she was able to carry again. Again, not much with the dress here. There's not much to say. It doesn't give me a wow. It's just cute. So that's what I think.
I love it. Well, thank you. And I thought the same thing, Jonathan. Before I come at the Light of the Leo, I was like, now, Candy, I know you ain't going to be talking about Latasha or had not talked about Latasha Scott. And here you come doing the exact same thing. Come on, Candy. Light of the Leo, tell us your thoughts on these ladies' outfits.
To be honest, I'm not going too hard on Candy. I mean, she achieved it in the bodice area. She does have the color on, but I do agree it's not enough. So I don't believe she was trying to, just look like she wasn't following anything, because she has it in the bodice, but I don't believe it's enough. And it kind of threw off. Jonathan is there. Anyway, it's in the middle. It's right there. But yes, I do wish it was the whole dress that was that color. And then it would have brought the whole cohesiveness about the color together as one. I do enjoy Kenya's dress. I was happy, and to be honest, I was even happy with Kenya throughout this season. I didn't mind her at all too much. So yes, Kenya's dress was great. Drew, I'm not really a fan of the sparkly, so it didn't particularly move me, but it does look great on her, and I really do enjoy her hair and accessories that she has with this dress. So I think it was good. For Sheree, I don't feel like, I just wish there was more. The color is nice, but I was not exactly impressed with the style of the dress. I thought it was a little bit too casual for my taste, because we've been really spoiled thus far with all these dresses, and I don't think she really pulled it out for this one. Marlo looks gorgeous. It's not exactly my favorite, but I really like the color and the style, and at least having a little bit of leg out. It's all right. And as far as Sonya, um, yes, she's pregnant, but that's not an excuse to not do much.
Right.
So
Oh boy.
the dress is pretty, the color and everything, but I really believe she could have done more, especially being that she's pregnant.
All right. Well, Aaron says Candy is the queen. Aaron says
Yeah,
Candy
she
is the
is.
queen.
I mean, she can do what she want, I
Yes,
guess.
Oh, Jonathan.
Well, y'all say hello to Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin. Love you. I like that vinegar. She didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. I know she put the F on there.
Listen, I love it. She's saying hello to everybody, and you're right. Robin gets a pass anytime because Robin is our girl, no matter what. I love
That's
it.
right.
Hey, Robin.
Absolutely.
Hey, if you would like to come on panel as well, we have dropped the link and pinned it on our YouTube channel. But hello to you, Robin, and thank you for being here. Appreciate you so much. All right, let's come on down to Latoya. Tell us your thoughts, Latoya, on these fashions.
Well, actually, my favorite dress is of one person that's not shown, which is Courtney. Courtney actually had the best dress to me.
Hmm.
Second would be Kenya. Candy, I like her dress. I just wish it had been longer. Marlo, like she was trying to give Dominique Devereaux, but it was an epic fail. Sheree, girl, go back in the closet and try again. I like Drew's dress. I actually like how it was shown better on the individual pictures, but I really like Drew's dress. Sanya was simple and sweet. Mayetta was an epic fail. Like, girl, I think if Mayetta pants had been more form fitting and tailored, then the outfit might have would have given what it was supposed to give. But it was like she didn't have time to get it hemmed. She didn't have time to get it
It
altered
was not it.
at all.
Well, I love it because y'all was real nice with it. Aaron said Candy can do no
It did pretty
wrong.
good.
She said, be wrong in my eyes. LOL. She said, Candy can do no wrong.
Yeah.
You know what?
We
I
know.
love it. I love it. She also says, I was surprised how much I loved Drew's dress. I thought even sitting was amazing. Okay.
Mm.
Regina,
Mm-hmm.
can I say this? And it's not mean. It's like constructive criticism. It's like giving her pointers.
Yeah.
Being that Drew have all these 50 million thousand assistants, then none of them tell her that she need to start wearing a good support bra. Because that white confessional outfit with the red hair, girl, either they should have had you on a good bra or they should have pulled your dress up more so your boobies would have been sitting up. But they was on SAG patrol and it was not cute.
Well, that's the problem with, having a dress and getting getting styled for things. Sometimes we don't put into the equation how it looks sitting down.
Oh, yes. And you know what? We all can use a good bra. Now I'm gonna tell
Yes. But Jennifer, she looked like that standing up too. So I'm gonna need for you to not give her that little piece of grace because when she's standing up, because when she's standing up, it is giving the same thing. I mean, next time, Drew, this is just my personal opinion, not the opinion of Juice Radio and Talk Show. This is my personal opinion. The next time you want to go and get a little piece of plastic surgery, ask them to throw in a breast augmentation. Girl, I'm pretty sure you could promote the office and they probably do it for free.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I can't deny or agree. I cannot. But but I'm gonna tell you, I get what you're saying about making sure that upstairs look just as nice as downstairs. I get it. So Robin said, I don't watch this show, but is that Drew next to Candy? Drew is actually next to Andy.
Yes. That's Kenya, Robin.
Yeah, she's next to Andy. And she's on Andy's. If you're looking at the screen, Andy's left. That is Drew right there. All right, so you guys.
Regina, just quick little comment, and you probably ain't on the same page with me, but I know my good sis Jennifer is.
Yeah.
Okay, not only so Drew got 50,000,000 assistants. She ain't got 50,000,000, but she got 3 adult kids, 2 of which are female. But her son could have told her this too, and even her daughter-in-law when she got the first Botox session. Stop.
Y'all stop.
You know,
It looks bad, Regina.
see, this is why I'm happy. I don't think that was Botox. I think it was more fillers. Fillers can settle and get. So that's why I wasn't too upset. Maybe she was just trying, but I feel like she was trying at the wrong time.
She should have left her face alone. There was nothing wrong with her face. Sheree is beautiful.
Sheree is beautiful. I don't think she needs any of that. I think what happens when you're on television, you see things in yourself that you didn't see in your mirror.
Mhm.
And so you feel as though when you compare your face to what you're seeing on camera and what you're seeing the other ladies look like and what people are commenting in your chats, then you think you need to change yourself to fit their narrative. And I'm not a believer in that. I believe in having confidence and happiness in your own beauty. And that's 100%. Because a lot of people go under the knife for this kind of stuff and they don't come back. So is it too much?
Yeah.
I think it's sometimes we put too much emphasis on people to try and look a certain way. And some people can't get away to understand I'm comfortable with who I am and how I look. So some people think that they have to do this change and do that change and do that change. And especially when they are dealing with guys. Some guys are like, well, they want the younger girls. And so some of the older women think that they have to try and make themselves look like the younger girls.
Now that's sad.
Hi, Regina.
Hi, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
Hey, Justin.
Hi.
Hi,
Hey,
Dad.
Dustin, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Have you seen the
Awesome.
ladies' looks for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the reunion?
Have I seen the looks for it?
Yeah, their outfits.
Yeah, I seen their outfits a couple of weeks ago on Diva's channel.
Yeah, what do you think of this?
I don't.
Who's
I
your
don't
favorite?
my favorite is Candy,
Okay, nice.
and
Like
probably
mine.
Candy and I can't remember her name now. What's the one that's sitting right next to right there? I can't. In the blue.
We got
like,
Kenya, Drew,
Kenya.
Kenya.
Candy and Kenya is probably the best ones out of all.
Okay,
Mm.
it
But
looks like
I give Candy the best Drew.
I
Right
know.
now.
Look at that. Now it looks like Kenya and Drew are fighting for what's this thing? Train. They're fighting for train space.
Right.
Train
Yeah.
space.
It looks like
space.
Kenya's is flowing behind Candy's legs, and then Drew's is kind of in the front.
Mhm. Well, let's have a conversation about this episode that just aired. We'll start off with Marlo. She actually visited Sanya at the doctor's office of Dr. Jackie's office. Were you guys surprised to see Marlo was the one that came to this doctor appointment with Sanya?
I
I'm
was.
not-
I was. Yeah.
I'm not surprised because Sonia is trying to convince us that Marlo is her BFF.
Thank you.
That they've been BFFs and that
Thank
nothing's
you.
going to break their bond.
True.
She's acting like that's her sister. She's acting
Mhm.
like she's an important person in her life. She said that'll always be I can't remember the term that she used for Marlo, but it was like a best friend's term. It was so disingenuous. It
Sidekick.
was so fake to me. And you saw that Dr. Jackie, once she saw Marlo, she was like, who is this in this room with you? I don't know this
Okay.
woman. Okay. And then
JoJo.
Dr. Jackie
Look-
said, okay, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta leave. I can't deal with this
Foolishness.
and this mess. I got to go. I got other patients to
JoJo, was it given to you that Dr. Jackie don't really fool with Marlo?
Absolutely. She didn't say
Let
two
me-
words to the woman before she left out the room, and I'd be the same way. Okay.
Let me come out of light of Leo. What's your thoughts on Marlo being in here with Sanya?
I really think Sanya was putting 20 on 10,
Right.
especially when she came in there. She screamed as if like, I don't know. It's just that same thing with Courtney and her. Every time somebody walks into a door. But Yeah, I believe that Sanya is hanging on to Marlo for dear life. I guess she believes that she's somebody that's strong on the show. So I believe I need to be connected to her so that I can continue to stay on the show. She knows she's a little boring, so she got to stay up under somebody that got a little fire to them so she can continue to have, different scenes to be a part of.
I agree with.
I just call it preservation.
Oh my goodness. Latoya, let's get your comments on this.
Did anybody else catch when Dr. Jackie said to Marlo, "So when are you gonna have a baby again?"
Ooh.
I did not catch that. Ooh,
Yes, she did.
ooh.
So do you think
I
that means
said, I,
do you think that
I
means that Dr. Jackie doesn't know who Marlo is, or was that just
She
shade?
knows who Marlo is. I got when she said that, I got the impression that maybe she's had a miscarriage before. That's
I'm
what
gonna
I
say
got
allegedly.
from it.
Y'all see my allegedly on the screen.
Allegedly, that's what I got from it. But it was the again part, and I'm like, again, where was the first one?
And what she know, who
But
don't know?
well, she is the top OBGYN in Atlanta.
This is
Okay.
true.
But yeah, it was giving Dr. Jackie's energy changed when she saw Marlo. It was giving she don't really mess with her, like she know how
Right.
she is in the street. I was wondering, where was Tanya's sister? Where was Tanya's mother? Where was Ross? Why is Ross always in Texas? I'm kind of side-eyeing Ross just a little teensy weensy bit
You got
because I
business.
really, really like Ross, huh?
You got business out there. Like
I'm
Yeah,
sure
money.
the same business that allegedly Ralph got. Anywho, I'm not putting it in the universe because I
No,
really, really,
no,
really,
you
really, really,
literally
really,
put
really
you're
love.
putting that in the
I ain't
universe.
putting it in the
He
universe. I was
literally
just
has a
repeating
business.
what I heard
You guys
on
have
the Bravo after show. So
to
I ain't
keep
put
a
it out there.
mortgage paid.
They Pete, but no, I cleaned it up. I said, but I'm not gonna say that because I really, really like Ross and
But
who
you
he is
said
and
it.
what he represents on the show.
You said
okay.
But
it.
I love
the
it. Well,
fact,
let's do this.
see,
Let's say hello. Let's say hello to Joseph. He's in the chat. Hey,
Hello,
Joseph.
Joseph.
Hey, Joseph.
yeah.
He says, hey, beautiful
Wrong
people. Is
transfer.
something wrong with y'all finger? Smash the button. Love ya. Bye. Thank you so much, Joseph. Dustin, let's get your thoughts on Marlo being at the doctor's office visit with
That
Sanya. What's your thoughts on that?
that really surprised me, Regina, and the
Yeah.
rest of y'all, because I really didn't expect her to be there. I expect somebody else to be there.
Anybody
Mm,
else?
Anybody else
Right.
but her.
Anybody
So
else?
that really shocked me to see that. But I'm glad I did. But it was really shocking to me.
It
So
was
that's all.
interesting.
It was all interesting, and
Mhm.
and
It
and
was very interesting.
that was really shocking to me and really interesting. I'm glad she was there though. Um, but I expected somebody else to be there.
I love it. Now, what you
It was
guys,
funny.
I did see this. Thank you, Dustin. I did see this. Marlo was showing her brand two times that I saw on this episode. One when she came into the doctor's office with her Lay Archive shirt
Mhm.
on, and
Hmm.
also when she was at her place, however you say her name, Lay Archive, when
The
she was there,
archive.
Lay Archive.
Look,
Did you? Oh, I'm
La,
sorry, Gina.
La Archive. Okay. La Archive.
yes,
Child, her
ma'am.
brand. She was showing her brand, and I'm happy for her. But she also showed it when she was there, and she gave a shout out saying that she is the designer for Tammy Roman. I mean,
Right.
she's promoting her brand. She is promoting. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, and I'm glad that she's doing that.
Yeah, this is
I'm
the fourth
glad.
or fifth time that she's mentioned that, but it's okay. It seems like she doesn't have a very diverse customer base, but everybody starts somewhere.
But didn't she take a shot at Candy for doing the same thing? I'm going back on mute.
Right.
I can. You guys, let's talk about this next scene real quick. Ralph and Drew talking about he moved out and they show the bunk bed where he's staying. And Ralph says that he kind of likes to get some
Okay.
keys and and stuff and so forth. I'll start with you, Dustin. What's your thoughts on Ralph moving out of their bedroom? And he also allegedly said that when Drew comes in like 3 in the morning, you guys caught that when he said 3 in the morning, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I caught that point.
He said, y'all come, Drew, you come in 3 in the morning and you wake me up and it's hard for me to get back to sleep. What's your thoughts, Dustin, on him moving out of their master bedroom into the guest bedroom?
I don't like that. If you're together with somebody, you should. If you're together with somebody, and you're and you're in a relationship with somebody, you should be in right next to.
I
You,
love
you
that, Justin.
you shouldn't leave the the bed your bedrooms with somebody if you're already in a relationship with her. Just stay in there. I don't like that at all.
I
I don't I
love
don't
that.
I don't like that at all, Regina, and that really triggered me last night as a
Oh,
man. Yeah.
sorry to hear that. Well, listen, we gonna pray everything work out. But thank you, Dustin, for that beautiful commentary. Jojo,
You're welcome.
you're up. What's your commentary on him moving out of the bedroom?
I think this was a sneak peek into the problems that they were having. Although I think we've been getting sneak peeks for the last couple of episodes as to
Yes, we
why
have.
as to why it is that they're having the issues that they are. The moving out of the bedroom is a telltale sign of someone who has given up on the relationship, who's given up on the marriage. Because real married people, get through those types of things. Real married people sleep in the same bed. Real married people don't do petty things like sleeping in the basement. That's a petty gesture to show someone that you're mad at them, to show someone that you don't want to be with them, that you don't want to sleep in the same bed as them. That's making a statement when you do that. So it shows his immaturity. And I really do feel bad for Drew in this moment, although it's not like a 100% sympathy for her, because in a way, I feel like she should have seen this coming. And at the same time, you did pick him, girl. So, you're kind of getting what you asked for in a way, sort of, kind of. But, I think it's just very sad for her to have to go through this on camera in front of a live national audience. That's the saddest thing.
It is.
Can I say something right?
Yeah, real quick, Dustin, and then we're coming over to the light of the Leo. Go ahead, Dustin.
What I see I hope this don't happen, but I see a divorce in the future. I see a divorce. Are they married?
Yeah, they are, but they're going through a divorce.
Oh, they're? Well, I didn't know that.
They both filed.
Yeah, they both fell. Light of the Leo, what's your thoughts on him moving out of the bedroom? And also, Light of the Leo, while you're up there, tell us what's your thoughts on Ralph having a conversation with Drew and the sister about the B word and saying that even the sister called Drew the B word. We'll start with the bedroom, then go to the B word. What's your thoughts?
Sorry. Well, as far as the whole bedroom thing, I mean, he is a child, so I'm not surprised of what's going on. And as far as him talking about her getting there at 3 a.m., that's something that she had to do for 2 weeks while she was filming a movie. So, okay, but as far as that, it's just another petty thing that he does. I call all of those tactics and things that he would do to try to chip at his wife. It just is what it is, and don't even think about the consequences of those things. Don't, because it's not just affecting Drew; it's affecting his children as well.
Right.
So,
Clearly
but he doesn't think about that though.
No.
He doesn't consider that because he's considering himself. And as far as the whole B word situation, to be honest, I think we clearly had the opportunity to see exactly why he made sure that Drew's sister was not able to come into their house for years, because Drew's sister operate too much in the truth, and he don't like that.
I feel like Drew's sister gave him some truth that he really couldn't handle, and he couldn't be in that space to receive that, and so he just told her to get out. That's just that seems to be clear to me. That she saw something in him that she needed to get out, and she's brought it to his attention, and he didn't like that.
I get it. Latoya, your thoughts on the bedroom and the B word?
I'm going to save my commentary for Ralph and Drew for when they get to the counseling session.
Okay, great. Well, my thoughts on the bedroom and the B word, the bedroom, my thing is Ralph is not happy for some other reasons. I don't think it has anything to do with that 3 a.m. Thing that he said. That's allegedly that's my thoughts. I think there's something else to that.
You don't like him.
It could be that as well. But here's my thing. My husband, when my husband and I, we had one disagreement in all of our years of marriage where my husband said, well, listen, I said, I'm sleeping on the sofa. And my husband came in there, and when I was on the sofa, he came in there with his pillow and his sheet. And I was like, where you going? He said, I'm in here on the sofa with you too. He said, because where you sleep, I sleep. I don't care how angry we get with each other. So I was like, oh, no, you're not. And he was like, yes, I am. And I love that he did that, because his thing was, we're not going to break up a marriage and our marital space of sleeping in the same bed or same space together because we have a disagreement. So that shows true love through even the disagreements. Now, Ralph may not be that situation. Maybe he has some deeper stuff in there, but to leave the bedroom, I think is really a real hit at Drew. And maybe he wanted to really have her feel a certain way, maybe angry or bitter or something like that. But I don't get it, you know. And he tried to give him a reason, like we're going to talk about the counselor. He tried to give a reason with that. I didn't appreciate that either. My face looked just like the counselor's face when I was looking at that, listening to Ralph. But the other thing about the B word, I think Ralph was trying to set up the sister for whatever he was trying to make. He knew it was going to come out later. I did understand him kind of telling Drew, listen, people have called you B words before in this group. You haven't gotten this mad. But what I think Ralph doesn't understand is when Courtney is saying she's family, you don't expect the same from your family that you get from other people that are not your family. So I think that's the part that Ralph was not understanding why Drew was so upset about it. Should the ladies call them B? No, I don't think any of the ladies should do that. I don't even think women should do that in a joking manner. That's just something I've never liked. Right. I've never liked that. Even when people feel as though, oh, girl, I'm giving you accolades. No, find another word in the dictionary to give me accolades, because that one right there, I just don't like. But I think that Drew and Ralph have a whole bunch of stuff that they need to really, you know, get through. Let's go ahead real quick because we got a lot to cover. Sheree, this was funny to me in the car. Sheree said in the car that she did acupuncture and it helps her to de-stress, and she does not stress even when bill collectors call her. I fell on the sofa. I fell off the sofa onto the floor.
Did she realize she was really telling on herself like that? Like, did she realize she was confirming the fact that she don't pay?
Yes.
It's about the first truth
they have to call.
Go ahead, Latoya, and then Light. Go ahead, Latoya.
I said that's about the first truth she has told. And I want Sheree to stop with this lie of she didn't know about that daughter. You have 3 kids. You have one adult daughter who you had very young, who you said a million times that was your best friend, and y'all grew up together. So you mean to tell me not one, but all 3 of your kids have been around this woman numerous times and nobody said nothing to you? She can go ahead on with that.
I certainly believe that was certainly the case. And I'll tell you why.
Yes, tell us.
First of all, if I was one of the children or even a bystander, somebody in the family that knew of her, and Bob took his time or made sure not to say anything to his ex-wife about that child, that's not my problem. That's not what I need to be telling her. And I believe that those children did not tell her simply because they might have either been under the impression that he said something because it is for him to say to his ex-wife, or maybe they just felt like it just wasn't their place. But I feel like in a situation like that, it's not about loyalty. It's about whose place is it to leak their own, secrets or issues or whatever. That's Bob's information to give to her.
I get that with the younger 2, but her oldest daughter, I don't know. I don't see it that way, I guess, because that's not his daughter. And Sheree really didn't raise her. Her mom raised her. So, and they're close. Like they're more like sisters than mother and daughter. So I can get the 2 younger ones not saying anything. They's like, okay, that's Dad's place to do that. But her oldest daughter, nah, you can't pay me to say that she would tell her.
Who was the young lady that was in the car with her when she was?
That's her oldest daughter.
That's her oldest daughter.
All right. Did you guys notice the look on her face when Sheree said, "I didn't know"?
Yeah. Here's my thing. I'm kind of on the fence on this topic. My mother actually does believe the same as Latoya, that she knew beforehand and she's just using this as a storyline. However, at the same time, I can understand why her daughter or her other children may not have told her, because they know who she is. And I think they know how she would react to news like that. It would be completely different than if she had a camera in her face. I'm sure there's a side to Sheree that we don't know about, that they clearly know about, that maybe we don't want to know about. So I can see it either way, to be honest. I really don't care. either way.
Okay.
But I can see it both ways. I can see how she probably could have known, and she's just using this as a storyline. And I see how she probably would not have known, and her kids just didn't have the guts to tell her. And as Jennifer
but
said,
she
it's
didn't.
Bob's
But
place. It's
but
Bob's
why
place
would
to tell her.
she react that way when it wasn't like he cheated on her and got her? He had that child before he got with Sheree.
Because we
But you know,
already know how she
anytime
feels. Because we already know how she feels about Bob, and we already know that she hates his guts. I think she's lying when she's saying that they're in a good place. Although they look like they're in a good place, Sheree hates that man. I don't know
But
if you
you know
saw.
what? You know
I
what?
don't.
To think about it from another woman's point of view, to hear that your significant other, ex, whatever, has a baby from somebody else, no woman really is going to take that and celebrate it.
Right.
So, you know, maybe, you know, it is best that, or was best that she didn't know. But then again, I can see LaToya's point of view also, because to
Right.
think that you've got these adult children that were around this young lady, and it's neither of the children's fault, but
No.
I just can't see them going around saying and not coming back and say, "Hey, we spent time with Dad's other daughter." I just
Right.
cannot
Yeah.
see that
And,
conversation.
and if she's completely over him, as she said for years, then if they told her, I mean, me personally, if that was me, if somebody came to me and told me that Justin's dad had a child, even if he had the child, got the child while he was with me, at this point in my life, okay, kudos to him. There's just one more mouth he got to feed. I'm not gonna flip out and get mad. Why? I've been past that situation many, many, many years ago, so it
Yeah.
doesn't fit me either way. So I'm not gonna get mad about it.
Let's talk about Kenya. This is a serious conversation here. Kenya speaks with her dad. I'm glad to see that her dad is visiting her and her beautiful daughter. You guys, the conversation came up about a new baby, and Kenya discusses that her father first said, you know, you almost died with, you know, having Brooklyn. You don't want to try and have another one. And Kenya said that she would try a surrogate or another form, but not to actually carry the baby herself. I really did love the conversation with her and her father doing that, because her father was kind of like, okay, I'm okay with something like that. But what do you guys think about that conversation? I'll start up here with Light of the Leo, then over to Dustin, down to JoJo, and then over to LaToya. What's your thoughts on that, Light of the Leo?
I think it's, you know, she has a caring parent there. He may
Mm-hmm.
be a little abrasive sometimes, but he's only looking out for her and trying to make sure that she's good. I
Yeah,
understand his response to, you know, using an embryo from, you know, Mark. He's like, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe you shouldn't, you know, carry the child. And as soon as she said something about a surrogate, he said, okay. You know,
Mhm.
that would, you know, make him feel a lot more comfortable. And of course, I don't know, that's just showing love. Like, I don't want you to die. Like, you know,
right.
chill out. But I thought it was a great conversation. And I believe there's a level of realness that she has to expose to be when she's around him. Like, she has to
Mm.
really keep it
Mm,
Mm.
funky, because
Yeah.
he does not do the extra. He doesn't do the pageant flair.
He doesn't do the BS.
oh,
No, he don't do any of
oh,
that, which is why I do like whenever he comes. He's really shoot, all her family down to earth, real down to earth.
Very much
And
yeah.
so.
she can't play the phone around them.
So he brings out her realness.
I believe
Yes.
so. Yes,
I
because
love
she can't play around with that, which is why we'll never see him around any of the other girls, because
Oh,
she has to put on for them, just to make sure she's protected, in my opinion.
wow. Dustin, what do you think about Kenya and saying she wants to have a surrogate in the conversation with her dad?
Well, I think that it's a good idea to have a surrogate, but I don't think that she needs to, and she don't need to carry her own
Yeah.
kid. And I'm sorry to say that, because she almost died with the last one. So I support it with a surrogate, but I do have another concern about that, though. I know
Yeah.
that surrogates can cost a lot of money. Yeah, and I
Mm,
hope that she don't run herself into debt for spending all that money for surrogates. Because I don't know, a lot of that stuff costs a lot of money, like surrogacy and stuff like all of that. And I don't know how much money she has, but I just hope she don't
yeah.
run herself in a big mess.
Yeah, a nice topic conversation as well because it can. And also, I'm gonna come down to JoJo. She also spoke about these embryos that she has, and we don't know if Mark's gonna approve, not approve. But she said for now she's gonna keep quiet. But allegedly, she not alleged. You were all on the screen, Kenya, so it's gonna get out. So JoJo, what's your thoughts on Kenya and this surrogacy and these embryos?
I think she just says those things just for TV's sake. Of course, she's well aware that Mark's going to find out one way or another, and I'm sure she's intelligent enough to make sure that Mark knows this information before this show actually airs. I'm sure he is well aware of her plans of wanting to have a surrogate and wanting to use his embryos, wanting to use his seed to make a new baby. So it makes perfect sense to me. And I love the relationship that she has with her father. You can tell that he really does love her and care for her. And the people who care for you tell you the truth at all times. And that's the kind of energy that he gives at all times. And I love that. So I love the relationship that I love seeing Kenya with her family because, especially with her daughter, because I feel like that's when we get the real Kenya. That's when we get the Kenya that's not putting on for the cameras to keep her job.
I love it. Latoya, your thoughts on this?
My commentary is going to be from a whole different angle.
Okay.
So, her dad gives me very, very mean spirited. And I think Brooklyn picked up on it. That's why she didn't want to sit beside her. He didn't give y'all mean spirited?
No.
And you don't remember in past seasons where Kenya has talked about their relationship?
You know what? I think that, there was a discord and disconnect with them in the past, but looking at him on this latest episode, to see him in Kenya's house, that to me is like they are trying, and I could see a change in him. That he's like, he wasn't as drawn out as it was last time. Remember before when they showed the episode when he was there and he was saying women need to do this and so forth. But I can see he's kind of changed.
Latoya, I think you're seeing him being very direct with her.
Yes,
as being a little
straightforward.
I'm not talking about. I'm not even picking up on anything that he said. I got this energy as soon as he walked in and sat down before he even opened his mouth.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
No, and
that's just me.
And even in the there's love,
right?
It's just that some people.
Oh yeah, there's love. I just think there's a lot there that we don't know. The reason why I guess I kind of picked up on that. I mean, I get, it's obvious that he loves her, he loves Brooklyn, and they love him, and they're trying to fix their relationship. But also, how they say, you can't teach old dog new tricks, and he's old, and I think he's set in his ways. I don't know. He just gives off that vibe to me. They say kids pick up on energy before anybody else. And I think Brooklyn picked up on that. That's why she asked her mom to come sit beside her, because she was picking up on that bad energy.
Well,
that's just me.
This is some strange man. She just met him for the second time. Of course, she wants her mama to sit there.
Yeah. Jennifer. Nope. My niece can meet a stranger, and baby.
But not every child is like that, though.
I get that, and Brooklyn's kind of sheltered. Kenya has her all the time. I mean, I don't know. That was just my perspective. That's just the first thing when he walked in the room. That's what I got.
She's been with her mother and her mother only. Her mother and the other females that are in the house helping to take care of her. I wasn't surprised at all. And also, I did want to say we have to remember the first time we saw him, he is in a much better space.
Right, and when he first came in, did you see that big hug that Brooklyn gave to him? Like, she was welcoming of him. I don't know, but it's if you saw it, then so be it.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just been having a bad day, and that's the energy I picked up on. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's why I said I got a whole different perspective. That's just when he came on camera and sat down in Brooklyn. That was just the initial vibe that I got, and then when Brooklyn said she didn't want to sit, mommy come sit beside me, it was just that for me.
Okay.
Well, Latoya, while we have you up here, let's go ahead and discuss Drew and Ralph having a conversation with the counselor. What was your commentary on that?
Oh my goodness. I was on the fence with everybody else, like second guessing Drew, like side-eyeing Drew be lying, Drew be gaslighting Ralph too, up until we got to that counseling session. And when I saw Drew, I saw myself. So I understood what she was going through. And when you've been gaslighted and emotionally abused for so many years, that takes a big toll and a big trauma to your mental. And when you're in it for so long, you start to assimilate some of their characteristics because it's like it's embedded in your head every day because you're living through it. And the things that Ralph is doing, the things that Ralph is saying, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad she is running and running away. And her tears, to me, those weren't acting tears. Those were real tears. Like I felt her. And as
You
far
still
as
got to go to
Courtney is
Divas Live.
concerned,
Have a good night.
Bye,
All right,
Justin.
Justin.
as far as Courtney is a flying monkey. Let me give you the definition of flying monkey when it pertains to narcissism. When the narcissist wants to evoke some punishment on a target, they dispatch their henchmen, aka flying monkeys, to do their bidding. Unfortunately, this can and often does include abusive behavior such as guilt tripping, twisting the truth, and gaslighting. So Courtney
Mm.
is Ralph's flying monkey. She's going around spreading his lies, twisting the truth to try to make Drew look like the bad person and try to make him look like the victim. He's been
Plus,
planning
Courtney
this
is
whole
still trying to
thing.
be relevant. She's still trying to be relevant. Tammy said this. She said, Latoya, I don't watch the show, but I agree. And I think that's why she chooses the type of men that she chooses. Hey, Tammy.
Hey,
But the
Tammy.
thing with men like Ralph, because somebody said like you picked him, you chose him. The thing about that is when it comes to men like Ralph, when you meet them, they don't show you the person he didn't show her the person that he's showing her today. When they first seek out their quote unquote victims, it's called a love bombing stage. So it's like a Prince Charming. They flowers, candy, expensive gifts, trips. They get into your past. They prey on your weaknesses, what triggers you, what you like and what you don't like. So they do everything that you want them to do to reel you in. And once they reel you in and they know they got you, that's when they start to uncover their real selves. But by
Well, let
that
me say
point,
this.
you're so
Mhm.
far in that it's so hard to get out.
Well, let me say this. Aaron said my thoughts about Kenya's dad when he came on camera, I saw him being uncomfortable and maybe worried about being on camera and considering the past. I can understand that. Great point, Aaron.
I can agree.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with
Great
that.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Great point. Now, as far as Drew and the whole counselor, I think Ralph has an issue with the counselor being
Ralph
that
is
it
going to have
is a
an issue with
male.
any counselor, whether
But
it's a male, female.
I think particularly he has an issue with this guy, and a couple of reasons. Because Drew is the one that sought him out, and because he's a male. Ralph seems like the type to me, allegedly, that he prefers to be the one that picks and chooses, and he's going to be uncomfortable with anybody that Drew picks or chooses. That's
Mm-hmm.
just my thought
He's
about
going
that.
to be uncomfortable with any therapist. They don't like therapists. They don't like therapy. They don't like nobody to point out their wrongs,
I agree.
their faults. They don't like anybody to do it, whether it's you, me, a
Yeah,
therapist, his mom, whoever. They don't
Just
like
like he
that.
didn't like
I.e., why
Drew's
he kicked
sister.
her. Right, that why he pushed his sister. They start to isolate you from
Truth.
everybody that brings you truth and sees their true selves, and then they
Right.
yeah.
start manipulating and gaslighting to get you back on their side. So it's
Light of
not
the
just
day, let me
because it's
get
the
your thoughts
therapist
on
that
that.
Drew picked out. He's not going to like any therapist because in his mind, there's
Okay.
nothing wrong with him.
All right, so we've got 10 minutes left. Light of the Leo, let me have your thoughts on that so I can finish up with the rest of these. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I certainly feel like, okay, when I was watching the therapy session, it was, it was, it wasn't triggering to me. I just really felt sorry. It was triggering. I was just upset because I, not that Drew is my favorite, but I don't care who you are. I feel like you need to always choose yourself
Mm-hmm.
rather than continue to try to construct some fantasy or try to keep up some fantasy that you have of what you
Mhm.
want. And it's like all I could keep on thinking about is how they went back to the first part of the season. Oh, we were so good. But it's like these are the lies that we love to tell ourselves to make
Right.
sure that, there is some kind of validity to me staying here and dealing with the foolishness.
Yeah.
And I in that space, I really felt sorry for her because he is more than just an a-hole. It's like I don't like to use the narcissist word. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm really starting. So is this what it is? Is that what it is? Because it's like
Yes, it
I'm feeling
is.
triggered here. Like
That's a thought. That's a thought. Jonathan, your thoughts on this, and also while you're having thoughts on that, let's talk about the confessionals where both Ralph and Drew were called in, and before they would answer anything, they both said, "Let me ask my lawyer if I can
as
talk
they
about it."
should.
Right. Here's my thing. I will say that I agree with Jennifer about the narcissist thing. I feel like he's like a sneak narcissist. He's not like a narcissist that's in your face that's going to tell you he's a narcissist and you can see it plain Jane all day long. But we can see kind of glimpses of it from here and there. The moment in that counseling session that stuck out to me the most was the moment when Ralph said, "Who doesn't get divorced?" Like, you clearly don't understand how marriage works. You clearly don't understand how it is to be married. You clearly don't understand what it is to be a husband. You clearly don't understand how any of this works, good sir. And again, I think that shows how deep and far his immaturity goes. And that really is such a turnoff for me. And I really hate to see that Drew is sitting there on this couch all by herself. She doesn't have her husband with her. She has this man who's next to her that she's been with her for however many years, who is the father
Yeah.
of two of her children, but she's just kind of existing in his space. She doesn't feel connected to him in any way, shape, or form. There was space in between them on that couch. It didn't even seem like they were together. When they were doing those confessionals at the end of the show, I felt so sorry. I felt so bad for Drew, because to have to go through this and this is so fresh. Like, this happened right after she filed for divorce, and she has to be on camera all made up, and has to talk about these things. This cannot be easy for anyone, not easy for Ralph either, for that matter. So
Yes.
I just felt such sadness, especially for Drew. I mean, I didn't think that I would feel that, but I felt so sad for her. And I
Here's
was
something I
touched
want to
in this
say.
moment.
Here's something I want to say about that whole thing. I want to first thank TD McCullum for being here. Hey, TD. He said, "Hey, thanks for watching. Hit that like button and share this video with someone." Thank you so much, TD. Here's something that Drew said in here. She says that she allowed these things to happen.
Yes.
She allowed Ralph to go out of town or whatever. She allowed these things. She knew things were taking place and she allowed it. I want every woman that's watching this video to understand this. Some things that you give your guy a pass on, they would take on and they won't let it go.
Okay. Give
You
him
have
an inch, they'll take a whole mile. That's right.
you have to be very careful with allowing things to happen. And I think Drew has seen the errors of that way. She allowed, so it's not as though this thing happened one time. This is something that has just gone on and on and on, and she's allowed it. And Ralph got comfortable with doing it.
And now she's
Mhm.
supposed to live with it.
And she's
And
also allowed him to treat her the way that he's been treating her.
she
She's allowed
allowed
it
that
to
too.
slide for so
Mhm.
long. And now that she has an issue with it, that she feels like she has no other choice but to divorce him.
I just
Yeah.
pray that her sister really is feeding into her, just
Right.
Yeah, I
helping her to
hope her
open her
sister's not
eyes.
adding to it. Oh goodness, because let me go ahead, Light.
I just because she went through an abusive situation.
Yes,
I don't think Drew sees this as abuse, but it is,
Hmm.
and I
that's the
feel
part. Yeah.
like I hope that her sister is able to point out how bad this really was.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna say this. I think having her sister in the house with her right now, as her and Ralph go through this, is really not good for the sister's mental stability because she's still trying to get herself all the way together. And the sister said this. She says, "Ralph, I was having a good day." And
Hmm.
then all of this happened when she was going upstairs when they thought the mics were off. She says, she was having a good day. And some people may look at that as the sister was being selfish, but the sister is still
Mm-mm.
dealing with something mentally herself. And to see her sister, it may be triggering to her. And for Ralph to just tell her in the kitchen, the sister, "I got this, stay out of it." And she's like, "Well, you drug me in this." You
Right.
know, when you
And
tried to say I called her a B because you're trying to put her on Front Street. So let's go real quick and talk about this allegation that they have about Ty. Do you guys think that Mimi actually put this out, or do you all think that Mimi got in touch with Ralph, or is this just a coincidence? Mimi Faust, they're saying, had posted something online saying that allegedly that Drew and Ty were having something other than a friendship. And Drew allegedly says that she believes that Ralph actually did this. What's your thoughts? I'm going to start down there with you, LaToya, and then up to Light and over to JoJo.
I ain't ready yet. Y'all can skip by me.
Okay. Go ahead, Light.
For me, I just feel like it's anybody. Look, and to be honest, who knows? Maybe we'll find out in a deposition of somebody's who actually put that out. Do I fully believe it? You know what I'm saying? Until I see the I'm actually kind of excited to see whatever kind of receipts that they have on the show.
Yeah.
We'll see in that reunion. They said that it had the receipts of her and Ty having conversation. I do believe it's possible that is true, but as far as whoever put it out, it's anybody's game.
Yeah. Now we all know that Mimi did date Ty. We saw that on the show, Love and Marriage.
Love and Hip
What was
Hop.
that? Love and Hip Hop. She did date Ty, so we saw that on there. So you guys, we have to understand that Mimi may be, she may be a little salty, herself to, see this going on, or maybe she does know something. I don't know, because in the reunion, one of the clips that came up, it showed that Andy said he saw some alleged text messages.
Right. But here's my thing. When it comes to Mimi Falls, I watched the first, 4, 5, or 6 seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And Mimi doesn't strike me as the woman who wants to start stuff. Mimi doesn't strike me as the woman who wants to go out there, put stuff out there to get things started. So
she's never been that girl.
She's never been a drama queen. It surprises me still to this day that she would find herself on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because she doesn't strike me as that type of woman who will want to be involved in something like that. So that's why it would not surprise me if Ralph was the one who was involved in getting this information out to kind of give him some leverage in this whole divorce thing. Mimi's not that girl. She's never been.
So why would Mimi then write a post saying something like that, though?
That's the thing. I don't know if Ralph encouraged her to do that. I don't know if there was some type of third party involved. That seems to be very out of character for Mimi, in my opinion.
And even if she, she's had plenty of reason to be upset. Right. She's had plenty of reason to blast people. And I'm sure she's had more than enough information to blast people as well. Okay. But this just seems to be out of character. Maybe she was paid to do it. Who knows?
Right, because she, like, the fact that, Stevie J, Jocelyn, and her had a threesome, and Mimi's not the one that brought it up, because Mimi could have came out and said, "Oh, I had sex with both of y'all." She could have came out at the reunion, but no, Jocelyn was the one who actually brought that up. So Mimi's just never been that girl. So that's why I'm sort of confused about that. Maybe it was a Mimi source. Maybe it was a source of Mimi's. Maybe not Mimi directly. I don't know. That just doesn't seem like something that she would do.
All right. Well, let's go on to our final part that we're going to talk about this show tonight. This was a heavy one. Sonia discusses have gone through a miscarriage, and I do want to thank Sonia for being brave enough to discuss this on this platform, on her platform, Bravo's platform. I'm sorry, I'm bringing her on here already. Sonia, if you want to come on the platform, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, come on, girl. Let's have a chat. But I really want to give my happiness and congratulations and thank yous to Sonia. She's pregnant again, you guys. So she, got a gift after all the storm. But I do want to say thank you to Sonia for sharing such something that was so private. You guys, because if she had not told anybody, we wouldn't have known. We would have just known the baby that's there in her stomach is the one that's coming. But she was brave enough to share this information with us, and had the conversation with her mom in the room. And she also had the conversation with their little son. Now, when they showed the scene of her son praying over her stomach with Ross there, I cried, you guys, because you already knew that she had lost a baby at that point. And so I cried. And then when Sonia said that her son cried when she told him she had lost a baby. That was sad. But the really wonderful thing I love was she said, Ross said, let's get back at it real quick.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Get back
Yes.
at it real quick. He wasn't like, we don't want to do this anymore, or I'm not going to try it. He was like, listen, the way to fix this is to bounce right back in there. And that
Mhm.
says a lot of positive about Ralph. Go ahead, Jonathan. Tell me your thoughts on this. And congratulations to them for this new baby that's coming. Healthy in Jesus' name.
In Jesus'
Absolutely,
name.
absolutely. It was just such the sweetest thing to see Sonia's son praying over her tummy. I think it shows that he's so grounded at such a young age. He's got a good start,
Mhm.
which is a great thing to see. And when he said good night or goodbye, when he left the room, like it was just so adorable
So
or
cute.
adorable. It was so cute. And the fact that she was so involved in the whole process from the jump, from the beginning, when she was 5 weeks pregnant, the little boy already knows he's got a little sister, a little brother on the way. And
Yes.
the fact that he was praying for it to be a little sister, I mean, it was just so it was so adorable and beautiful and amazing. And of course, there's the light at the end of the tunnel where she is pregnant again at this time. So I applaud her openness. I applaud her being vulnerable in that moment, being able to share that with the world. And I give her props for that. And I just wish her, as her son would say, I wish her a healthy pregnancy with this one that she has now.
Okay. Amen. Amen to that. I'm gonna come up to you, Light. Aaron said, "Thank you, Sanya, for sharing her story. It is so hard to go through, and my heart breaks for her." Yes. And
Mhm.
Aaron also said, as women, we need to be able to talk miscarriage and make not a shameful experience. So grateful to Sanya. Happy for her rainbow baby. I love
Right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Aaron. That's beautiful. Light of the Leo, your thoughts on Sanya sharing this information about the miscarriage. And I'm so happy that she's pregnant again so fast. That's how you do it.
I'm.
Yes.
I only come from this with a question. I've never had a baby before, but from what I know, seen, and experienced, we should be telling people that early on about being pregnant. And when she, even during the show, I was really concerned that she told the child. I like adults, we can all handle things,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but telling the baby boy that she was pregnant that early on, eh, unfortunately, it's like we had it slapped in our face why we might not want to do that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask, like, what do you think about that, Regina?
I think it depends on the woman. Sometimes the women are so elated and happy
Mm-hmm.
that
Right.
they cannot hold it in. And
Mhm.
then we go back to our generation. Back in the old days, the parents, the mothers would tell you, don't say anything because you don't want to jinx it,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And don't buy anything yet because you don't want to jinx it. But I would think that as a response to your comment, Jennifer, I would say it really depends on the woman, the individual, because even if they don't share that they were pregnant, and if they do have a miscarriage, they're going to have to share that they had a miscarriage, or they have to, but if they have to then go and tell somebody they have a miscarriage, and people may say, I never knew that you were pregnant. I didn't know that. So it just depends on the individual and how they want to handle it.
Right. So Jennifer, I see it as she was so excited.
Yeah.
Ross had been wanting this baby, had been talking about having another baby for such a long time. I'm sure
Mhm.
the conversation has happened with her son at a time before she initially got pregnant. So I think it was just the excitement that made her want to tell her son as soon as she got pregnant, baby, you're going to have a little brother, a little
Like
sister. Like
she told him, and I could sense the excitement because she told him even before it was confirmed by a doctor.
Yeah.
right. And
Oh,
she was
golly.
excited. She couldn't
Yeah.
wait to tell somebody. I really get that. I really do get that.
Yeah, it's hard. And even Dr. Jackie said, you told, your son this early or so forth. And she's like, yeah, I told him. She says, I don't know if you should have
Yeah,
done
I
that because
wouldn't recommend that. Like,
And you also have to take into consideration that she's on a reality TV show. So if you get pregnant, you're going to have to tell the people that you're pregnant. And because her family is involved with the show, it's a cute storyline for her son to be, to be knowledgeable of this pregnancy, for him to be praying over her stomach every single night. It adds meat to the reality TV stew. So,
and maybe she didn't want, her son to hear it on any social media or something
right.
like that, and then come and say, "Mommy, are you this or that?" But
mhm.
maybe that's the case. Aaron said, I would have shared it early. I didn't tell
She said
anyone.
I was shared early.
I was shared it early.
Oh gosh, maybe it's wood. You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone. And then for years, I was ashamed to admit that I had miscarried. Let women tell when they want, good for her. And I get, and Aaron,
Mm.
thank you for that, because again, that's what I was getting to. If you don't tell someone that you're pregnant and then you have a miscarriage, like Aaron said, she was ashamed to tell somebody that she had a
Right.
miscarriage. But I think when you tell somebody that you are pregnant, and if you do have a miscarriage, then it's easier to have that conversation with the people and, to
Exactly.
help you get through the process, because you don't want to be, like Aaron
Mm.
said, being ashamed to tell somebody. So now you have the hurt that you lost your baby and the
Yeah.
hurt that you can't tell anybody you had a miscarriage and have to
Right.
go through that all alone. I think it was very sad that Sanya also said that she was there by herself when she had this miscarriage, when she went to the
Mhm.
doctor. And she also said that she had to have a blood transfusion at the same time. So having to go through all of that by yourself was very difficult, and it's hard. But one thing that Sanya's mom said, and we'll close out with this thought after I get roundtable closing thoughts. Sanya's mom said it's important to slow down.
Right.
It's important to
Right.
slow down. Now, we're not doctors. We're not saying this is what happened to Sanya, but what I believe that Sanya's mom wants her to do is rest, take your time with stuff, and don't let your overworking be the cause or a contributing factor to possibly having miscarriages. So I would say to women out there, if you're pregnant, stay close to your doctor, take the advice. I was on bed rest for, I think, like 5 months of one of my pregnancies,
Wow.
complete bed rest, and not because it was a high risk pregnancy. So it does take into a lot when people don't get that stress reliever and relaxation that they need. So the rest part is good, but I'm super glad that Sanya has a team around her, her mom, her dad, her brother-in-law, her husband, her sister, all of that, and the ladies on the show that help her through, or this whole thing. I love it. Jonathan, what's your thoughts on the mother saying to rest?
I love the fact that she said that. And I love the fact that she prefaced the comment by saying, I'm not saying that this is the reason why you had a miscarriage, but it would be a lot easier for you to take it slow when you're pregnant. You can't be like you are on a daily basis, because Sonia is an extremely busy woman. She obviously is an extremely busy woman. She has a lot of things going on. And so that was very sound advice for her mother to give her.
Yes, I love that. Joseph said this, and I'm gonna come up to light. He said, shame usually surrounds a lack of clarity, Aaron. You're exactly right. Conversation can bring clarity, and that clarity and slap the taste out of shame. Thanks for your share. Thank you,
Right.
Joseph. Light of the Leo, your thought on the conversation with the mother about Sanya resting.
I think that it's mothers know their children,
Right.
and she knows that she needs to sit down, and
Mhm.
and that's okay. And another thing, I would hope to think that Sonya would have gotten some kind of sense that she can handle things, or she's strong enough to do things. She went through that by herself because
Yeah.
she was away for
Right.
work, but
Shows her how strong she is.
yeah, I hope she can see that.
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, listen, I really did have a tough time watching this episode. I really was expecting to see the reunion, but um, I, I really was. I was like, but you guys, I don't know if I have anything to sum up with this, except it's sad that Drew and Ralph are going through this. But even through all of this, I'm gonna kind of be like Ralph. I really would love for them to stay together, but in order for them to do that, Ralph's gonna have to do some self-cleansing, and Drew's gonna have to do some self-healing. And so I know the two of them at one point really did love each other, and I would hope they can get back to that. Now, Ralph, if you're not able to do that and you're not able to really give up and be selfless, then you're gonna have to just let Drew go. I at one point thought that Ralph was in love with the career of Drew, because when you watch him when she was there and she was performing and everything, he had his camera out and he was recording and he was smiling, walking behind her. So I don't know if it's Ralph is in love with Drew or in love with the career that Drew has. So I think he's gonna have to find out what that is. And as for all the other ladies, can't wait to see you on the reunion, have this conversation.
Right.
And Sanya, take it easy. Sit on that couch and just look cute. Sit on the couch and look cute. No arguing, no big. All right, Light of the Leo, your closing thoughts, and I'm gonna come down to Jonathan.
I personally believe Drew. What's Drew's husband name?
Ralph.
With Drew and Ralph, I'm happy to see that it's where it is with the divorce, and I'll tell you why. The kind of work that I believe both of them need to have require them to be to themselves, and I believe also that you know, even if they both decided to consciously do the work, the kind of mind renewal that I believe that Ralph needs, that will take years. I really don't believe that they need to be together, or it's okay to fight for the marriage, but it's she even said it herself. There's these high highs and lows. And that's literally, in my opinion, some of the most triggering kind of marriages.
Yeah.
Because I can continue to think about the high highs, but the shame and disrespect of the low lows and all of that stuff, like these are moments that make me want to say, do you even love me? Like what's that?
Yeah.
Where's that? So they both need to find themselves, and especially if he has no problem finding himself with other people. Where are we? So I'm happy that they're doing their thing. As far as Marlo and her person that she's with, okay, whatever that is, I'm happy for Todd.
I can't even remember his name. I can't remember.
His name is Scott Lee, y'all.
Oh,
Scott
Lee.
Thank you,
He remembers. He remembers the name because he's cute.
Well, I mean, that's pushing it a little bit. I think he's attractive. I don't think he's necessarily the cutest guy in the world. But I did enjoy him on Hell's Kitchen, though.
Oh, okay. See,
that's why I remember him, because of Hell's Kitchen. That's the reason why I remember him.
I'm very proud of Todd and Candy just continuously doing their thing. As far as Sheree, do you boo? And and who else is on there? Oh, Courtney, she can kick rocks. And am I missing somebody? Oh yeah, Sonia. You know, I'm really happy for them. I'm really happy. And they got me thinking out, like, I don't know, I want to tell everybody my business like that.
And you don't have to. It is up to the individual, the woman. It's up to you. It's your choice. Your choice. Latoya said this. She said, Drew will only be happy when she leaves him and begins her healing journey. Narcissists will never change. And that's the sad part. Drew needs to run. She also says men like Ralph are incapable of love because they don't love themselves. It will be a never-ending cycle with him. And I'm glad Drew finally saw her worth. Yeah, because Drew's standing up. Thank you, Latoya. Yeah, because Drew is standing up. I mean, she's like,
like she stubbed her toe. She stubbed her toe enough. It hurts enough for her, and now she wants a change.
Better late than never.
Hey, you know,
that's right. Jonathan, your closing thoughts on this episode.
I want to preface this by saying this is no shade, but Drew wanted to flaunt the fact that her microphone was going to be on during this performance. And I have to say that I did hear quite a bit of backing track. So I don't know if it was 99% backing track with that 1% of that mic being on. Just turn it up a hair. We need to hear more of the back. But Hey, it was better than what she did with Candace on stage. I will say that. She had backup dancers. They had beautiful outfits on, a little bit too evening gown looking for me for a performance. But that's okay. That's what your aesthetic is. So you do you. I will say that I'm excited to see what's on this She News paper that Sheree has brought to the reunion. I don't know if it's tea on everyone that we don't know about. I don't know if it's tea on everyone that everyone's aware about, that Sheree's just bringing up old news just to try to have a moment on the reunion. But anyways, I'm excited to see the reunion. I'm excited to see what they bring. Clearly, there's going to be a lot of fireworks as usual on a reunion, and I cannot wait to see it.
Thank you, Erin. She says, thank you, everyone, for coming. And Latoya says, what was up with the Diana Ross hair? Child.
I thought it was a different style for her. It clearly did look like a wig, but I thought it was different for her. I enjoyed it. I thought it looked great. It made her look...
She's never had good hair on none of the episodes. I've not seen Drew with good hair on no episode. Drew, no shade. I just have not seen any.
You know, I was living for what Marlo was wearing at that event. Her whole look from head to toe was gorgeous to me.
What y'all thought about Kenya's outfit? The cat suit.
Kenya looked decent. I thought Kenya looked decent. I thought it was cute, but Marlo shut it down. I'm sorry. Yeah. She shut it down.
And Drew, she's never been consistent with hair.
Together. That's why Kenya had that cat suit. She was getting that body together. And like, look at me. I'm not mad at her because she had that flat tummy because my front and back would have looked the same.
Lord.
Not in a good way. Not in a good way. So Latoya says Sheree should have used that money she paid for those papers on her inventory.
Okay, and to get a new wig, because when she first walked into that place, I said, "Who is this white woman walking into this space?" Because I did not recognize her at all. Then I was like, "Sheree, what is this wig you got on, girl?"
Yeah,
that was not a good investment at all.
And Candy's outfit was cute. I like Candy's outfit.
Yes, Candy looks cute as well.
I like Candy's outfit. It was very, very cute. Well, you guys, this is our conversation on these Housewives of Atlanta. Next week, we have the reunion, and Lord have mercy. I would pray, but it's already been filmed, so ain't no sense in me praying. But you guys, I would do this prayer that after this, these women will not go so hard at each other on social media or in person, because it can get real messy after these reunions get aired again and all this mess start coming out, because I don't know if they can comment on it before the reunion takes place. So I think a lot of times they wait for this stuff to come out. But the cat fights. I hope it's not bad. I do also want to say, Cynthia Bailey, girl, you are doing it for our... Come on now, Cynthia.
Giving us Rich Woman Dynasty all day long down with the hair. And then for her to say, "Oh, this is not my man." Okay, just so you know, this is my hairstylist. Okay. He's just my plus one. Okay. Don't get it
twisted. On camera. She's like, let me get this on camera because I don't need nobody.
Right. Okay.
Getting this part wrong. This is not my man.
Okay.
But she
get it right.
Beautiful, Cynthia. Beautiful. All the time, even with the short bob. Oh, beautiful, Cynthia. Beautiful. All right. So Latoya said Candy was beautiful and giving legs and hips and body.
Yes.
I love it. She was.
You know the song? Legs and hips and body. Okay.
I'm sorry. It's not in my download.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's just fine.
Latoya said, I don't think Kenya is coming back. Ooh. You don't think Kenya coming back? I would find that hard to believe that Kenya would not come back.
I think she will.
Because you guys, she's a single mom. She's a single mom. That is a nice paycheck. So I don't know if she wanted to give that up right now. I wouldn't. Well, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Aaron said, I hope you are wrong, Latoya. I love Kenya.
Yeah.
I don't know who was on Catfish. She's saying he was on Catfish. I'm not sure who was that. Oh, she's talking about he got Catfish, not based off the Carlos King interview. I don't know. I don't watch Carlos King's interviews anymore. That's just not my job anymore.
Yeah, I just watched Alexander Rogers, his review of the interview.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't stand Carlos King's voice. It's irritating. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
See, that's why Alex says I watch it so you don't have to, and I said thank God every time.
Right.
Thank you.
He
Okay, so
condenses a whole hour into about 9 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
okay, so that's what we'll do. But I just, it's not that I don't like him. It's not any of that. I don't dislike him. It's just that it's just not my jive. It's just not my thing. I think he's a great producer. I think he produced some great stuff. But however, I do wish that he would kind of get his shows to not be as fighting and stuff. You guys hear as we close this out that we're over time. You guys hear Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back.
Yeah, the trailer came out and it seems like it sounds promising, but I won't put any meat in that stock at all.
Also, you guys, another show that's coming back, which I really think I'm gonna do commentary on this time because of this one cast member that seems to be back on the show, and that is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You guys, Mary is back on film. Oh my goodness.
Yay.
That series is so boring to me, Regina.
Okay.
I can't get into them. Even Jen Shaw, like she was the life of that series, but I can't get into them.
But that is why I believe they're bringing Mary back, because the show got boring.
Yeah.
And I believe that's why they're like, we need some more. We can't get Jen. She's still locked up, so we can't get her. The other ladies can't hold it on their own. We need something to shake this up again.
We need some crazy.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Jennifer. We need some crazy in the mix. Okay?
Crazy.
They're bringing Mary back. They're bringing Mary back. They're bringing her back with the eyes. I love Mary. I love Mary.
Yes,
come on now.
But them eyes though. If I was over there, I'd be looking at the camera most of the time. Like,
do you see this?
Are you seeing it? That's what the whole time.
Oh my goodness. Let's get these last comments and then we're out of here. Excuse me. Latoya said Carlos is very biased and continues. He says he is not.
We know he's biased, incredibly biased.
Right.
And she also says, I thought you was about to say Married to Medicine, LOL Medicine. I don't know if they're coming back. I mean, Married to Medicare. Child, she said Married to Medicare.
That's what she said.
I cannot.
But I think I'm actually excited about this, and I want to give God the glory for Peacock. Peacock out here doing it. Oh, and Jonathan, I don't know if you saw, but Alexander Rogers, he already started reviewing the Hall Pass already. I think I'm gonna watch him before I even watch the whole movie.
I will. Ooh. I'm not interested in watching that movie. I have no expectations for that movie whatsoever. I don't know how in the world they were able to get it on Peacock. It must have had something to do with Bravo and them having a partnership with Peacock, and I'm sure that's what it was. But yes, I will be attending Alexander Rogers' review of the movie.
Yeah, I heard somebody say they coming for Tyler Perry. Well, not coming for Tyler Perry, but they filling a little bit of a void because he hasn't come out with a movie in a minute. They're like, you know what?
He busy. He just bought a network. Y'all leave Tyler alone.
It didn't go through.
It didn't.
No. Oh no! Well, he got his money in his pocket. Really? Yeah. I thought he was busy. Well, Aaron said, I'll be watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Regina, I will volunteer to help you. I got some opinions about Mary. Come on, Aaron, and let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's have this conversation about Mary. Yes, I would love that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hearts. And Latoya said, did y'all watch The Pass? You guys watch The Pass?
No.
I haven't watched it. Let me know. Is it Netflix? Which one is it?
It's on Peacock.
Okay. Peacock. Now, I also did not do the review of The Housewives of Miami, because I already saw that on Peacock. That's all those episodes. I'm like, I thought it was something new coming on Bravo, but it had already aired the whole thing on Peacock. So that's why I didn't do that review on that, because other people had already talked about it. Latoya said it was good and it was crazy twist at the end. And she also says they wanted an extra billion. And Tyler said, I am ahead out extra billion.
Yeah. He was offering $3 billion. He was offering $3 billion. They wanted $4 billion, and he said no.
Mm-hmm. But aren't they in trouble right now? Allegedly, aren't they having some difficulties? I mean,
apparently shows
moving from there. Okay, let me. I'm like Joseph. I digress. I don't know the whole thing, so let me not even say it right now. All right, you guys. That's our review on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Listen, thank y'all so very much. Remember, Light of the Leo has her own channel. You guys subscribe today. Light of the Leo on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All those channels. JoJo Speaks. Also, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. All those channels. Y'all check him out. Subscribe. Light of the Leo. You going live tonight?
Absolutely. Aaron has already placed the link for today's video in the chat.
Great. So y'all make sure y'all check her out. We love it. Jonathan, love the hair again. Love the hair.
It looks so good.
Thank you.
Love the hair. Thank y'all so very much. All right, let's get out of here, you guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back with some more great information. If you have not subscribed to the channel, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, you better hurry up. Come on now. Come on. Hurry up. Subscribe. You see the red mug and microphone? That's our logo. Go ahead and type in on YouTube, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, and subscribe today. I love it. We have some more commentary coming up on some other shows that are not going to be live, but just some real good videos. And we got a special thing coming up on Thursday where we're going to be doing some hot topics conversations at 2 p.m. So be here to check that out as well as our other shows that we have on regular. Okay. Love y'all so very much for being here. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you, team, for being here, you guys. On the count of 3, let's say goodbye and get out of here. Y'all ready?
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
Do you enjoy smooth jazz saxophone? T.D. McCullum has 2 singles available with more to come. The first is an original song called Groove With Me, featuring the classic sounds of Washington, D.C. go-go and his smooth jazz saxophone. The second is called Drunk on Love, a smooth jazz saxophone cover of Rihanna's Drunk on Love from her 2011 Talk That Talk album. Both are available on all major streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube Music, and more. Add them to your favorite library and playlist today. And follow Tyrone on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Mr. T.D. McCullum for your music and bookings. JoJo Speaks is a YouTube channel that goes live every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. with hot topics and social commentary. Come join the Light of the Leo, Mr. T.D. McCullum, and our good friend Mike, Mr. Real 121, for fun and JoJo's unique spin on today's top stories. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, share, and comment. If you are struggling to figure out who you are and where you're heading, but need a little light to bring you back on track, subscribe to the Light of the Leo for some healing and real conversation. Here is where you will find encouragement and the reminder that you are not alone. Continue your journey to freely be yourself at all times with the Light of the Leo. She goes live Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with her co-host, accountability partner, and little bro, JoJo Speaks. Join Faithful Warrior Ministries for our family and friends Saturday morning prayer. Every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a great time catching up, sharing testimonies, and having transparent, real conversations about life. We encourage each other and show how we can fit God into each equation of our lives. Enjoy a devotional reading and family prayer. You have a prayer family with Faithful Warrior Ministries. Subscribe on YouTube at Faithful Warrior Ministries, and on Facebook, like us at Faithful Warrior Men. That's M-I-N as in Ministries. Join Pastor Lorenzo Evans and Living in Grace Ministries. The messages are not social media driven. They teach what's true and not what's popular. Living in Grace Ministries goes live every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube to Living in Grace Ministries and click on the notification bell. Pastor Lorenzo also has It Takes a Village podcast on the first and third Saturday of each month, pushing to bring back the village concept. We are more powerful when we are united. Together we stand, and division is not an option. A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.